Hi, it's Kathy Chena here with Catching Up with Kathy, where you can hear me on 98.7 CKPM FM on Fridays. But I'm here with Tri-Cities Community TV at the Evergreen Center for the first annual gala of the Tri-Cities Transitions. And Tri-Cities Transitions is an organization that helps people, men and women, with domestic violence. Right here we've got Carol Metz, the Executive Director. Carol, please tell us a little bit about the organization.
Thank you, Kathy. The organization is 40 years old, and it started by a group of 8 women who were interested and concerned about the inequalities that women were experiencing back in the 60s and 70s. The organization has evolved since then, and we now also serve men. We started serving men in the mid-2000s. And one of the things when it comes to domestic violence is domestic violence really has no boundaries, none. There's no cultural boundaries, there's no gender boundaries, and there is no age boundaries. So it really impacts everyone. We run the only transition house in the Tri-Cities, and 2 years ago we were absolutely blessed. The board worked really, really closely with me, and we now have a 14-bed transition house, and we have 6 units of second stage, which is a housing program, a subsidized housing program for women who have decided that they want to move forward with their lives and recreate their lives. So really when I look at it and say 40 years of breaking the cycles of abuse, that's pretty phenomenal. Working with the community, one of the things that when I was looking at things today, it's, over 138,000 bed stays since we've opened in the transition house. And we have served it's just around 14,000 people in the community since we've opened. So that's a lot of people that have been impacted by domestic violence, and that's only the ones that we know of.
Right, exactly. And although I'm here dressed in disco gear, this is a very serious and issue that people do have in their homes. As we know, some of these things go silent and nobody ever hears about them. So we're really appreciative and glad that there are organizations like yours that are able to put men and women in safe homes and in transition. So thank you so much. I know it's the first annual gala today. However, hopefully there'll be another 40 years to come and you continue on with your legacy.
Thank you so much, Kathy. We probably will be here for another 40 years, working towards peace and healthy relationships and respect. I mean, really, when it comes right down to it, when you look at domestic violence, which is all about very unhealthy relationships and no respect, in order to make a difference, we need to learn how to respect ourselves and each other and look towards building a very positive future for our children.
Great. Thank you so much, Carol. I'm looking forward to the event. And again, thank you so much for all the great work you're doing.
Here we are now. And a funny thing happened on the way to this evening. I blinked, and 40 years went by. 40 years! I can't believe it. And what a pleasure it is to welcome all of you here tonight. 40 years in which we have served so many thousands of clients that it's a little frightening, especially when you realize what issues and fears so many of them have faced. There have been so many changes since our founding mothers got together in 1974, strangers to one another, just to try to find other women who were experiencing the same issues they were. It was Vancouver Status of Women that opened them to the idea of talking to one another. And well, one thing led to another, and here we are. Those women included Michelle John, Marcia Green, Louise Matson, Helen Monk, and Beverly Francois. Other very early participants in 1975 were our good friends, whom most of you would know, Diane Thorne, for many years a city councillor and MLA, and our late friend, former MP, Joy Lang, who I'm sure many of you also knew. We owe all of them so much for their vision, tenacity, and strength, for their powers of persuasion that managed to get the city of Port Coquitlam to offer them space to meet as the Port Coquitlam Area Women's Center